What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. It's another day for another lovely win tournament that's going on in the background. This is going to be a daily, another one of those $550 daily. Gonna try to spin it up. We're late regging with like maybe 20 big blinds to play with, and it might be a quick one. Who knows, honestly. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this tournament journey. It's like full of high variance and ridiculousness. It's a different kind of poker, but yeah, I'm having a great time playing it. And like last time, there are always other options of poker tournaments to play if we bust this really quickly, which is always kind of almost expected when you late reg with 20 big blinds. So anyways, there's a bracelet event, there's $1,100 one drop event that we might play after busting this, but the goal is to maybe run deep and, you know, double up and keep winning the all-ins, and that's important. So let's just hop in there, see what happens. This tournament starts in level 6. We have 20,000 chips to start, and with blinds at 400, 800, 800, we pick up pocket queens. It's our second hand dealt in. What a start. I raise it up to 1,600 when action folds to me, and we get the cutoff to 3-bet us. 3 bets to 4,800, and I am just loving life here. And guess what? Next to act, the button rips it all in. 4-bet jams, and it's a warm welcome to the table. Obviously, I am in here, and I call. So already first hand in, second hand dealt, I'm all in. The cutoff folds, and we see that the button has pocket jacks. We are a massive favorite to win and double up early on, and the big blind also is all in, as he has less than the big blind left, so he's auto all in, but technically 3-ways all in. The run out comes where pocket queens holds, and 30 seconds into this tournament, find a double up. What a life. Let's ride this stack up in level 7, back at it with pocket queens again getting dealt here. Dealer is dealing us some heat. I open it up to 2,200, and oh my god. We see another all-in. The button jams for almost 20,000 about starting stack. Action folds to me, and this is going to be an easy game. I call, and we're up against ace 7 of hearts. Heads up, the flop comes queen high. Nice, that's gonna do it. Win another one, win another starting stack, getting pushed our way. My goodness, tournaments are pretty easy when they go like this. All right, sun running this tournament so far. We have 6, 7 of hearts in the small blind. There's a +2 open at 2,200, and I decide on making the call here. Out of position, this player has a short stack and basically going to hopefully hit a pair or a straight draw, flush draw, and get it in. The flop comes queen 6 deuce rainbow, and I checked it over to him. He bets out 2,000, and sticking with the plan, we have middle pair here on this dry flop. I check raise to 5,500, a little bit smaller. And he decides on a call, which is not so great. Not loving his call because he only has 8,000 behind, and when the turn comes the 6 of clubs, it's basically a decent card for us, but can't imagine that he's going to have worse than a pair of 6s. I basically go for a bluff and put him all in, and he's not really going to be folding with queen jack of spades, so gonna need some help. Come on, dealer. One time. River is a 7. Yep. This is just hilarious now. Poker's funny when the dealer is just bringing on the heat and the suckouts as well. We stack another opponent, and our stack is growing. The very next hand we get dealt in, picking up ace-jack offsuit on the button. Action folds to me. I raise it up to 2,500. Small blind next to act 3-bets us to 7,500. Big blind folds, and this player once again almost has a little over starting stack with 17,000 behind. So considering it's 25 big blinds in his total stack, and given the configuration of this 3-bets, I'm gonna go for it. It's an easy jam, so I go all in, and he calls it off. So, oh my god, just all in like every hand dealt in pretty much. He has ace queen offsuit, but no worries, man. Ace-jack, heavy underdog, no chance we're losing. The flop comes ace-jack high. Who would have thought? And we hold. Luck box city. Just gotta get it in bad and suck out. Such an easy game. With the chip stack at around 105,000, progressing to level 8, I pick up ace-5 offsuit in the big blind. There's a cutoff open at 2,500. Action folds to me, and I decide to go all in because he only has 22,000 in stack, and he snaps it off. Oh my god. He has aces. How can I suck out this time? Ace-5 versus aces, as bad as it can get. We flop a gutter. Oh, no doubt in my mind that we're hitting this gutter, right? The turn gives us open-ended. Oh, no chance, right? River 3. Yep, it's just one of those days. Bink after Bink after Bink. It's really comical now. I have a monstrous stack after some ridiculous runouts favoring us. And how funny is it when it's the tournament that's the smallest buy-in we've played so far and we run this hot? But no complaints here. Just looking to keep sucking out and building our stack. All right, this next hand picking up pocket 10s in the low jack. There is an under the gun open to 2,800. Here, against an early position open, I decide on making the call, which entices the cutoff and button to call as well. Onto the small blind player who has a small stack. He jams around 6,000 to 7,000. This, unfortunately, allows the early position raiser to reopen the action, and now he rejams. It is a total of 41,000. Oh god. By fighting this raise, I've clearly under-repped my hand, and now I just go deep into the tank with the thinking cap on, and honestly, ultimately, this is about 30 big blinds. It's early in the tournament. I have a big stack, and I really want it to fold. But because of the chip stack and because of the position I put myself in, I think I'm able to take this hit, hope that we're flipping, and then win that said flip. So it'd be great to just take this risk and chip up in such a massive way. We've been sun running this session so far. There's no way that we can lose, right? I don't know. I stick it in after a long time. This is one of the few moments I actually take a long time to act, and I call, everyone else folds. The small blind player with the small stack shows pocket 10s. Oh god, no chance of us hitting a set or improving pretty much, but luckily the under the gun player shows ace king. Gonna need this flip, and we're off to a runout. Runout comes and 10s hold both ways, so I end up winning the side pot, which is much bigger than the main, and we end up splitting and chopping up the main pot, so just running into some magical run good here. Big thank you to the win dealers for treating me so nicely. Can't lose a hand right now, and I've got a huge stack in front of me. Can't even tell how much. In the following hand, we have king 10 offsuit in the small blind. Action folds to me. The big blind player has about 11 big blinds in stack, so this is going to be an easy all-in, and he snaps it off with ace-queen offsuit, so we're off to a flop. We're behind, but obviously not worried. Flop comes king high. Why wouldn't it? Turn is an ace. Oh, pretty brutal. River 10. Oh, what a tease. Just when you thought I could lose a hand, the dealer says nope. Oh my god, this is just comical at this point. The next situation, let's talk about how I win this one, right? I have jack 10 of diamonds on the button. I raise it up to 2,500, get the small blind to make the call, then the big blind with a pretty huge stack, almost the same stack size as me, 3 bets to 11,000. Given the configuration, given the playability of this hand, I'm not folding. I make the call in position, and the small blind gets out of the way. Going to a flop of 9-4-5 rainbow. He surprisingly checks to me, and here I don't think I need to bluff at this pot right now. There are a few runouts that I can bluff on, but this one I decided to just check and see a turn. Turn comes the 6 of diamonds, brings in the backdoor flush draw, and now he bets out 14,000. Here, it's a decision between raising or calling. Obviously, this board texture is great for me, and I also have the flush draw to go along with it. So I can definitely raise some rivers as bluffs, or just barrel rivers as bluffs if we miss. So I make the call, and we're off to see a river. It's a 10. Huh. Okay. Stumbled into the top pair on a really connected board, and he checks now. Thinking whether I need to bluff off top pair or just take my showdown value and check. Not sure. I decided to just check this one back, thinking that pair of 10s might be good enough. He announces ace high. I win. But of course, this player isn't happy because he had the ace high flush draw. Wow. Found a way to avoid disaster. That is the beauty of true run good. Not only do we avoid coolers, but also hit one of our very few outs to win as well. What the hell just happened in the past hour? Yeah, a lot of that happened in 1 hour. The sickest sun run that I've ever encountered or experienced in my life. It's interesting that this happens in a daily opposed to some of the other bigger tournaments, but I'm not going to complain. All the run good just came out at once in an hour early on in this tournament. and I have like almost 200,000 in my stack. This is so silly. So things are going well, swimmingly, as well as they could. And there's like 300 players left. I think late reg ends after this break. And there's 50, 60,000 up top. I've never been like such a massive chip lead. I probably might be chip leading the tournament. It's so silly. 6 on run. I don't know what to do, but just keep picking up hands and keep trying to run good. But you never know. Like things with tournaments, it can go south really bad if you lose a few pots in a row. So let's just try to not do that. But thanks. This has been crazy. The win, all the run good is here at the win. I have no run good at the Rio. I haven't even cashed, even been close to cashing a tournament. And yeah, that's it. Maybe we can find back-to-back cashes or something. We'll see. Wish us luck. So after the break, who would have thought we'd run into some card death? So progressing up to level 11 now. Blinds have increased to 1,500, 2,500, 2,500. There's 162 players left, and I look at pocket 8s in the cutoff. There's a hijack jam for 33,000. It's really small, and obviously I'm not going to be folding this hand. I call, everyone folds, and we're up against pocket jacks. So 20% underdog to win, and can we do this BS again? Let's just go to a run out. Unfortunately, the run out doesn't come. Weird to get sucked out on against pocket jacks. Thought this tournament was ours to win and not lose a single hand. But anyways, we're going to chip down just a hair. Moving on. Next, in level 12, I have King-Queen offsuit under the gun, and I raise it up to 6,000. Action folds to the low jack player who jams a relatively small stack. It's 27,000, and action folds to me. I don't love the situation, but definitely can't fold considering it's only 9 big blinds, and I already put in 2 big blinds out there. So whatever, I toss in a call. Let's just try to win. We're up against King Jack, so pretty heavy favorites to win. And when the run out comes, the turn comes a queen and cool beans. Once again, back on the winning track. Pretty much a wash from the last hand that we played all in. So now, chip stack is back to even. Then right after, we're playing more all-in poker because I call an 8 big blind shove with King-9 offsuit against a cutoff jam. I was in the big blind, and it's pretty standard, so we're off to a flop, and he has ace-deuce suited. He flops a deuce, and a pair of deuces is going to hold. So now, losing back again, just up and down, gotta win your all-ins, and this time he won his, but it was a small one at the very least. Close to break time once again, but before that we pick up 8-9 of diamonds in the big blind. Action folds to the small blind player who limps. I have 155,000 in stack, and this guy covers me. I have a pretty good hand, so I decided to raise to 9,000. Like I said, he covers me and puts in a limpy poo 3-bet to 27,000. Oh boy. Well, clearly this hand, blind versus blind, is going to be too good to fold. Also playing in position, and let's try to play a big pot. I make the call, and we're going to a flop of deuce, 4, 5, 2 diamonds in the spade. He decides to lead out 28,000, and we have a flush draw. There's 2 overcards over the board that I don't love necessarily. And if I make the call here, I'm going to have a pot-sized bet left behind of around 100,000. Well, I'm certainly not folding at this point, so I make the call, and when the turn comes, the 7 of spades picked up a gutter. He decides to slow down and check, and now, okay, it's time to fire. We've been running super hot this session so far, and there's a chance that we might get called if we jam as a bluff and end our tournament life just like that. That's the crazy thing about tournaments. But it's a spot where I can't let the opportunity pass us by. I announce all in. And phew, he folds quickly. Nice to get it through, nice to pick up some chips, and just like that, we're back up to around 200,000 in stack. All right, checking in with you guys here at dinner break, and our stack's at over 200,000. So, you know, for like the past 2 hours of play or whatever it was, you know, not a whole lot happened, chipped down a little bit, and then that last hand right before break happened and found a way to chip up. So nothing really changed in terms of chip counts from the past 2 hours, give or take. There's like 108 people left. So 71 make the money, and with over a 200K chip stack, I think we're in a decent shape to make the money. Jamming with 9 high was A little nerve-wracking, but he folded really quickly, so not too much of a sweat. Anyways, got 40 minutes to get dinner, and we'll be back with like 40 people need a bus to make the money. And then from there, there's 60,000-ish up top, give or take, which is pretty nice for a $500 buy-in. Anyways, that's all we got for now to wrap up. The table has a ton of chips. So a ton of opportunities to chip up. I just gotta win the flips, gotta win some all-ins, and you know, when we're bluffing, gotta get folds. Glad that one went through. Check back in with you guys when the cards are back in the air. We progressed things to level 14. Blinds are 3,000, 5,000, 5,000, and I look down at pocket kings on the button. There's a cutoff shove for 25,000. That's pretty nice. It's only 5 big blinds though, so I'm hoping to get more callers from the blinds potentially. I make the call and the blinds fold, unfortunately. So we're up against ace 5 offsuit. Pretty much just got to fade an ace on this run out, and we do. Pocket kings holds, and it's nice to win and chip up a little bit as we are getting closer to the money. There are 80 players left, 71 make the money, so 9 left. Let's do it. All right, we're on break. Good news is that we made the money again. It's always nice to have back-to-back cashes in a tournament, especially back-to-back vlogs as well. So I'm glad you guys are here along for the ride for the sweat. Makes up for all of those busts that we've had earlier in the past few weeks and a few vlogs. So that's always cool. Bad news though is that I have only 215K in stack. So I haven't been able to break out of this 200K chip stack that I've had for a long time. Anyways, so after break, I'll be back with 21 big blinds. So not a whole lot of room to work with, but good news on top of that is that I'm pretty comfortable with how I play 21 big blinds, 20 big blinds. So for the next 30 minutes, gonna have to chip up some way, somehow. So there's that. Made the money. There's 62 players left. There's 61,000 up top, and gonna go for the win. Pay jumps aren't that significant until final table, top 5. Really, it's a really top heavy structure. So yeah, gonna go for shipping up, trying to go for the win. That's all that matters. So thanks for sweating along. I'm glad I can deliver back-to-back cashes. That's great. Time to execute, trying to figure it out and maneuver with 20 big blinds. We're in the money and progressing to level 17. Let's try to run up a stack when we look down at 10-8 of spades on the big blind. There's a +1 open at 20,000. Action just folds around to me. And for 10,000 more, happy to call and see a flop of ace-ace-10. Picking up a pair, happy with this board. And action goes check-check surprisingly, expecting him to bet with a lot of his holdings for value or bluffs. The turn comes the deuce of clubs, and once again, action goes check-check, so a little bit suspicious. But when the river is a 6, gotta think that my 10 here is good, and I think about it for a while. Ultimately, go for a check, as I don't think worse hands can make the call as played. Then he bets out 32,000. Wow. As played, checking flop and turn, a little bit suspicious, and with a pair of 10s, I'm not gonna do anything but make the call. This player shows us ace-king. Pretty sick hand there, I guess. I think he could have made a lot more, but ultimately did get that value on the river. My stack is now crippled to not a whole lot at this point. Good hand. Next hand, picking up ace-9 offsuit in the small blind. There's a cutoff open, and I have to rip in my short stack, considering that we haven't played that many hands. Everyone folds, and it's always nice to chip up without having to see a run out. Now stack is almost up to 200,000 again. Hand after that, picking up jack-8 offsuit in the big blind. There's a +1 open to 20,000. Action folds to me. Still, once again, got to play a little bit wide when we're in the big blind. I defend again and see a flop of jack-6 deuce, 2 spades. Well, it's tournament poker, short stack poker. I have top pair and I'm committing my stack. I check it over to him and he bets out 15,000. And facing this really small c-bet, not going to do anything but go for a check raise. I sized to a little bit smaller to 40,000. And like I said, if he jams or do anything, I'm going to have to commit my stack regardless. He thinks about it and ends up folding, which is still a huge win. It's really crucial to just chip up and win in these pots, especially with top pair and just a marginal holding that I'm indifferent about getting chips in or not. Nothing happens at level 18, so progressing to level 19. Blinds are 10,000, 15,000, 15,000, and I have 150,000 in stack, so crippling down to 15 big blinds. Only gun player opens, action folds to me, and I look down at ace-3 of diamonds. I can easily make the call here, or I can just go for it with my 10 big blinds and jam with his suited ace. I go for the latter option, take the aggressive route, I jam.
It's your hand, buddy. It's your hand.
Can't beat it.
Your hand.
Good luck, man. He says he can't fold, and he's also a watcher of the vlog and has pocket fours. Shit, there's no winning here. Looks like it's our time to die. The run out indeed favors pocket fours. No luck for us. GG's. We're out in 35th place. Damn it. Always unfortunate to bust out of a tournament. It's just so ironic. Pocket fours, they can't lose. I'm just frustrated. I don't know. Reason why I'm probably most frustrated, like I paid the big blind twice in a row because the table broke and the clock stopped and all that stuff, but nothing to be super sour and upset about. It's always such a weird feeling to not run deep, or to run deep, make the money and bust. It's just like, I'm always trying to win, and coming in 35th place is, I guess, okay. In for one bullet of $550, out for $1,980. That's all I gotta say. It's a deep run. It's nice. Out of 675 entrants, it's cool. Just, I don't know, it's hard to be really happy. And all I want to do is win. And, you know, this is just gonna happen. Like, I can't win every single tournament, but I'm gonna try my best. So that's it. Thanks so much for sweating along. Wish I was able to run deeper, but the beginning of the tournament was really fun. Just couldn't get past the 200K mark. Get them next time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.